Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Real quick disclaimer, going to pre-apologize here for the potential audio quality of today's video. My voice may be a little more robo than usual, as my human form has been stricken with the most, life-threatening intergalactic ailments. I have the allergies that come around when pretty fluffy flowers are blooming, quickly bringing my human form its demise. But be sure to stick around till the end to not miss any of what's going on here in the crypto sphere. Starting off with XRP, though, real quick, we have, continued interaction downward under the influence of bearish robos. 57% in downside has occurred over the last 2 months after bearish confirmations were met in April. And so we are just patiently waiting for the return of bullish robos here as we look for significant support. 30 cents is a nice level forming at the moment. So far, the strongest horizontal level is actually 25 cents. At 25 cents, you can more comfortably and confidently invest a potential 20% support-based investment ratio. Though at the moment, if we can hold above 30 cents, further confirmations of it could suggest investing in at that price. But we always go with the flow of these confirmations, and we just have to be patient enough to let them play out. So currently, support is still being solidified here, it would appear. Watch out for pending resistance overhead at 46 cents waiting for us. We have this dash descending trend line as well, currently interacting with price action, suggesting potential continued interaction toward these support levels. And so once we find ourselves interacting potentially above it, we could consider a shorter term move upward here toward this solid descending trend line, a much more significant downtrend line, and that is when you can consider perhaps investing your 30% downtrend line investment confirmation. And so in my opinion, it will take quite some time to find ourselves perhaps above this one, though it would suggest a much larger perhaps downtrend in play being broken, and could perhaps further solidify your reason to invest that 30% remaining ratio. So we always go with the flow of the confirmations no matter the situation. Let me know down below your thoughts on XRP, though. Will we continue to interact with price action taken from sort of back into November, December of 2020 all the way into March, April of 2021? We took price action pretty much coming from back here, suggesting an upper, lower, and then another upper range of sideways, dramatically interacting with pretty much 46 cents, 17 cents, back to 46 cents before continuing itself upward. And right now we are interacting with it in a rather similar manner, though not 100%, obviously. Yahoo has announced a series of metaverse and NFT related activities in Hong Kong a day after Meta Platforms outlined its own metaverse plans for the region. Yahoo, a United States-based internet media company, revealed that it will host a series of virtual events and concerts for Hong Kong residents in the Decentraland metaverse. And so the company sees the metaverse as an attractive alternative for Hong Kong residents looking to engage in social activities while unfortunate restrictions remain in force. A quote reads, "We hope to use the metaverse to connect people regardless of time and physical location." Major companies are increasingly embracing the metaverse, with international consulting firm McKinsey releasing a report recently predicting that metaverse-related spending could be worth nearly $5 trillion by 2030. Earlier this year, J.P. Morgan, the largest bank in the United States, made headlines by releasing a report that called metaverse technology a $1 trillion opportunity, alongside opening their own virtual headquarters in the Decentraland metaverse, which we did cover on the channel when it was more relevant. So going with the flow of crypto, in my opinion, this is yet another instance why I do believe there is a much more significant longer term uptrend in play. In my opinion, I find it very difficult to be bearish on crypto. Let me know down below your thoughts on this article. Looking at Bitcoin here, it would appear, plowing to and through some key levels, continuing to interact with $21,815. We will have to hopefully solidify that as support, get back above it, see some bullish interactions with it as we continue ourselves sideways. Potential continuation toward the end of this downtrend line may play out throughout the end of this year here. And so we may see continued lows here into the teens per Bitcoin. That is not impossible for us to experience before we can recover to previous all-time highs and then some. The soon-to-be revealed fear and FOMO zones do suggest a very bullish range to be accumulating Bitcoin strategically currently at the moment, with a much larger, longer-term uptrend in mind, and the FOMO zone would suggest a six-figure target where you can more comfortably and confidently consider a perhaps market top, if you will. So right now we are just waiting for the return of bullish robos here to invest that 50% EngineeringRobo based investment ratio. 20% can be invested at support once that has been further solidified, and that remaining 30% can be invested when we find ourselves above this solid descending trend line, or we can interact with a dashed one if necessary or needs to be visualized. But we will go with the flow of price action as it goes and watch out for Robo. So as much as 45% in downside and several months of sideways may play out here with this third fear zone interaction we have drawn out. 45% in downside has just about occurred here relative to entering the fear zone, plummeting 45% downward, interacting almost perfectly with previous all-time highs met in 2017, 2018, where we interacted with the FOMO zone. And so right now we have yet to see the FOMO zone. This is the third fear zone interaction, and I do believe this is yet another bullish accumulation phase for the longer-term uptrend intact. And so buying Bitcoin in these levels, I do believe, would be a very bullish price to be accumulating. And we will eventually exit the fear zone here, get into that FOMO zone. $190,000 per Bitcoin is where you can perhaps consider a market top. Whenever we do get there, which I do believe will occur, perhaps sooner than some may expect. Only when we are ready, though, and not a moment sooner. But still find it very difficult to be bearish here in the crypto sphere during times of extreme fear. You want to be accumulating during these times and want to go, oh no, when Robo says there's FOMO, and consider taking profits. And so I would thank you so much for hearing my analysis, and tune in for the next one.